Welcome to this session of OpenMentor.net. We are going to talk about CRM sales. We have already talked about accounts, contacts, leads, opportunities, quotations, and then contracts. One more important factor in sales, which is territory management. Because what happens is you may have a big sales team, maybe let us say 20-member sales team. Every person in that team may do emailing, cold calling, many things to promote the sales, or search engine optimization, or do many things to get the leads. But the problem is, if everyone operates on the whole world, it's a problem. So we need to assign geography meaning areas of sales. Territory meaning within a boundary you are allowed to do the sales. Otherwise, two persons from your sales team may call the same customer. The customer may get a suspicion, okay, these guys are disturbing us. So there should not be a clash, no clash among sales members. So when they do the territory, it may be countrywide, it may be continent like Europe, or it may be within a country, states or provinces. Within that may be districts. It's up to the company, depending upon how many sales members who can handle that. Again, there are certain sales members who are in the office, right? Back office. From here they do the cold calling, emailing. There are certain people who are on the field. These people may face the customers. Especially on the field, territory must be really rigid, because two representatives, sales representatives, cannot contact the customer giving maybe slightly different inputs. The moment a customer gets two different inputs on the same product from the same company, there's a high chance that the customer may not buy that product. So back office salespeople as well as on the field salespeople must have clear territory. So it may be some companies will say Asia Pacific sales, some companies will say Europe sales. There is something called EMEA, okay, Europe, Middle East, right, Africa. So but if you have clear sales team designated only for Africa, right, then those people should not even call or worry about an email that is existing in Europe. So this way you are drawing boundaries. Boundaries are drawn because there should not be any clash between two salespersons. So this is territory management. This territory management, what they will do is, first they will define regions, then within those regions allocate sales team members. But one important aspect in territory is the language and accent. When you are talking to a person in America, when you are sending an email to America, there are certain things that you need to take care. So the salespeople need to be very, very specifically trained in those slangs, in those accent, in the way they use, right? For example, when you are sending an email to a British customer, obviously the English should be British English. The email should be formatted, spell checked for that. Whereas if you are sending an email to a US customer, the language settings should be, for spelling and grammar check in your email, should be American English. So there are subtle differences that you need to be aware. So they define the regions, allocate members, train people, right, in these areas very specifically to ensure that your sales members talk the same language on jargons that your region is having. That's an important aspect of territory management. Some companies even define territories in a different way. Okay, suppose you are within a city. I have seen one company doing that way. Within the same city, they don't have clear borders of areas. So what they do is allocate target customer list. For example, sales representative X will deal with companies starting from A to F. If the company name starts with A, representative X will deal with. If the company name starts with G, representative X will not deal with that company. Then representative Y will deal with G to N. So they allocate the territories based on the company names. Okay. Some companies allocate the territory in a different way, based on revenue. Ideally, you have to draw some borders. Whether you draw borders based on the physical geography on the earth, or you draw the borders based on the customer names, or you draw the borders based on the revenue of the customer. For example, 0 to 1 million rep A will deal, or 1 to 5 million rep B will deal. So the territory allocation may happen based on regions, may happen based on names, may happen based on revenue. It's up to the company, but there has to be some territory drawn. Also, when your company is selling multiple products, right, then obviously product wise segmentation will happen. So certain products are hard selling in the north part of the city, certain product may be hard selling in the south part of the city. So depending upon the product selling, they will have the segmentation on the territory. So this is one of the key factors in sales. Okay, again, of course, the sales and marketing, they work in parallel. The feedback will be given by sales team to marketing team to sales, to ensure that they create more customer awareness and they create more leads. Another important aspect in sales will happen on partner management. In CRM, this is also another important area. Partner management meaning every company cannot do all the jobs by itself. So they need partners. Typically you will see something like reselling partners, training partners, implementation partners, consulting partners, right? And then technology partners. Again, there can be multiple partners you can have. So typically if you see reselling partners, training partners, you will see a lot. Technology partners also will be there, but number of technology partners will be really less than number of reselling partners. Why do we need partners, right? They are extended arm of your company. The moment you partner with the other company, there's a goodwill that you take based on their brand. For example, if you are partner to a leading operating system company or a database company or an ERP company, when you go and then talk to the customer, there is a goodwill that you carry based on the partner's name. Reason is, or the brand name, because they have already created the brand. So the partners are key. Another reason why you need that is you may not have physical presence in every area. To reach some nook and corner in China, to get into some place in Brazil, you may not have an office. But if you establish a partner there, your partner can do the selling or training or consulting on behalf of you. But at the same time, partner and parent, they take imprint of each other. If you are a partner to a company, you take the brand of the parent company, and the parent company helps the partner to do its job in a very specific location where the parent doesn't have the presence. So the partners are very much essential for every company to reach out more audience. But when you talk about partners, how to manage partners? First of all, there should be a partner program and contract. You should have a policy. And when I say program, there should be a policy and a contract that you need to establish with a partner. Again, all these contracts will also go through a standard legal process. Another thing is partner certification or qualification. For example, if an ERP company is so famous, everybody will try to become a partner. But if the parent company allows everybody to be partner, it will get diluted. So they need to have some kind of a qualification. Okay, you need to have this kind of an expertise, you need to show this kind of a commitment, and you need to pass certain certification. So partner certification or qualification should be taken. Then the partners enablement, right? This is typically train the partners in sales or training or implementation. For example, if you are doing the implementation for some ERP, then you need to know how to implement. So there will be a detailed enablement program for the partners. Then partners effectivity tracking. If you are a reselling partner, how many leads you bring, how many opportunities you close, that will also be managed by the parent company. At the same time, there will be partner rewards. Partner rewards may be discounts, maybe commissions, sales commissions, right? For example, a company, if it has a set of products, the parent company may give a list price to customers. Okay, this may be slightly higher, but price for partners, it will be less. So usually if the partner is able to sell at the list price or more to the customer, the difference between the partner price and the selling price will be the reward for the partner. At the same time, many companies will have more rewards in terms of, if you achieve 10 million in sales, you will get 3% additional commission. If you do 20 million sales, you will get 5% additional commission. This is to motivate the partners. So, but to do that, every sale that is happening through the partner should also be tracked. Every selling, every contract that you do, every support that the partner is doing, that should also be tracked. Because if you take typical automobile engineering, there will be a lot of service partners. You might have bought a car with specific model, but the parent company need not have an office in your city. Your partner may do the service, oil change, lube change, cleaning, right? Wheel rotation, suspension tracking, everything. So service partners are essential for every single automobile company. Same way for product companies in software, they need implementation partners, training partners. So partner management itself is a big area. But every activity that happens through the partners will be tracked in the CRM. There are multiple ways you can have additional screens for partner management, or treat partner as another account in your CRM, right? And all the contracts that are coming through that account, track as though you are tracking an order comes from a customer. So treat partner as a customer. That is one way. Or have separate login credentials to the partners, treat them. That's a different way. So either way, the partner enablement, training, everything needs to be tracked. I'll stop this session here. We will continue the next session on the customer support. Thank you.